All right, we are live. We are live. We're gonna wait for some folks to show up. And here's this. This is the customary wait, guys. Now, those of you that are on the video podcast, you see all the ins and outs and beginnings and lickies and chewies before the actual recording starts. For the rest of the folks, they'll get the actual recording that goes to the real podcast once I hit record over share. All right, so we're going to give it a second or two. Hey, sweetie, how you doing?
I'm good, Daddy. How you doing?
I'm good. Let me give you a little bit more volume because you're talking all dainty and shit.
Let me keep drinking. I'll be all right.
I know you, girl. In the words of Borat, I vibe.
I vibe.
All right. Let's give it. We got one eyeball in here. Speak or forever hold your peace, please. I think we're clear. Yeah, we're pretty clear.
I think we're clear, too.
All right, there's 4 people in here. As soon as someone says hello, we'll get on with this. Make sure this isn't some type of facsimile of the truth. Some craziness, some bullshiggity, some bullfroggity, some fuckery. Did I say that?
Yes, you did. Those are your words.
Those are my words. Y'all put your hands together for fuckery. All right.
Those should be your house
Fuckery
words,
is there for everybody.
Those should be your house words, Dad.
Say what?
If we had a house, that would be our house words.
If we had a house?
Like, you know, like.
What's up, Rick Aristad? Y'all, that's one of my freaking airborne buddies. We went to, we jumped out of airplanes together. Yes, we did. But what kind of house? We have a house. What's all this?
No, not that type of house.
Are you talking about that Game of Thrones shit?
Yeah. That'll be our words.
Let everyone get bucketeth, neckedeth, and fucketh.
Basically.
All right, Johnny Mags, what's going on, guys? We got about 8 people in here. I'm about to hit the record button, guys, just to get you all caught up. This is a podcast. I have some friends of mine, which I will introduce here soon. And Johnny Mags says, hey, his beautiful niece. Hi. That's your uncle you never met from New Hampshire. Anyway, guys, I'm about to hit record, do my intro and all that good stuff, and then we're going to go straight into this podcast. Hopefully, everybody can hear me. Folks in the chat, give me a 1 or something if you can hear me and my beautiful daughter, and we will get this kicking. We'll get this popping. We'll start some stuff dropping. I'm a poet, and I don't even know it.
You get on my nerves.
I make a rhyme any old time. Anyway. All right, we can wait for a 1 or 2. Johnny Mags, can you hear me, my friend? Anyone, somebody?
I can hear you, Daddy.
All right, Johnny Mags can hear me. All right, guys, we're about to start this thing right now. I am hitting record. Bam. And I'm hitting the intro now. Here we go. I want to welcome you guys to Our BoP. This is Riddick's Book of Philosophy. My name's Philip Riddick, and this is where I talk about what I want to talk about the way I want to talk about it. If you enjoy this podcast, tell your friends, family, and loved ones to come in and enjoy my whimsical way of saying things, doing things, and thinking about things.
Please hold for a very important message.
Hey everybody, sooner or later you're going to have to travel. You're going to have to take a plane, a hotel, or rent a car or something, either because you want to go on a vacation, something that you were waiting for or really wanted to do, or sometimes we have some unfortunate circumstances in our families where we have to travel involuntarily. Either way or the other, if you need to travel, you want to save some money. I am an independent TSA, Travel Savings Ambassador for I.O.W. And I can save you 30 to 70% on your travel. If you send me your first and last name to the following email address, dcboomgetaways@gmail.com. Once again, dcboom, B-U-U-M, getaways@gmail.com. I can send you an absolutely free website, yours personally, that you can use whenever you want, and it will save you money. It can save your money whenever you are going away. You might be going away now. You might be going away in the future. This website is yours forever. So once again, if you want to save money traveling 30 to 70%, shoot your first and last name to me at dcboom, B-U-U-M, getaways@gmail.com. Welcome to I.O.W. My name's Phil, and I got my beautiful daughter,
Jessica.
and we're here to talk about what we want to talk about the way we want to talk about it. Put your hands together for the great host. No applause, no applause. Just throw money. All right, folks, I'm not going to hold this very long. I have some friends of mine. They are from a podcast called I Often Wonder. I'm going to see if I can get them to do it. I Often Wonder. Three good friends of mine. Met them recently, but we've grown to have a great relationship, and we're kind of mutually supporting each other. But I want to introduce them to you guys, and I kind of want to pick their brains, ask them some questions and stuff. So I want to bring in my friends, Jermel Thomas, Alexis Henderson, and Lamar Wallace from I Often Wonder. Here they come, here they come. Put your hands together. There's my guest. What's going on? Wait, before we even continue on, you guys got to do it for me. Come on, give me the I Often Wonder. The whole spiel.
Where we at?
It's
our website, so we
if you want to check us out, figure out where we are, just go to the website www.ioftenwonder.com.
There it is. I love it when y'all do that. I do. I love it.
You had it down pat.
Well, look, guys, I'm glad you're here, and thank you for taking out this time for me. I brought in my daughter this time because y'all were coming in threes, and I need some support. Y'all ain't gonna gang up on me. Shit.
No. You need no support. Your support is in your support is in your glass.
And this glass gonna be in my ass. I just want to say, you started.
Where you go with that again?
Where is it? Give it here now.
Oh my goodness.
Do I get the flag already? Wait. Before we even get into this interview, they had me on their Halloween special. Y'all need to look it up. It's on YouTube. I Often Wonder.
It was quite entertaining.
And it was their Halloween special, and they brought me on for their very first live, and it was great. It was great. But I got flagged so many times.
Tell them why you got flagged. Tell them why you got flagged.
I said something about the booty.
Not just some
Just
booty,
the booty
together.
Right, just the booty. Ram.
Rammed in the butt or something.
Don't spoil it. Y'all need to go to I Often Wonder on YouTube or the podcast and listen to it yourself. There you go. Shameless plug. There it is.
Between you and that,
we ain't gonna give it away for free now.
right?
I know. Shoot.
I will. What's your name, girl?
So you three, and like I said, thank you so much for being here. We're going to go from left to right as I see it. Left to right. So it'll be Lamar first. Who are you, sir? Where are you from, and what's your background?
Now, I am originally from Kansas City, Missouri.
Casey in the building.
K-Sci.
So,
The dry rub. The dry rub.
yeah. Oh, come on.
I'm talking about ribs. Don't get nasty.
That spills on
I
the
know
dry
what you're
hump.
talking about, but yes, born and raised in Kansas City, Missouri. So pretty much first half of my life. Second half of life, I've been in Carolinas. So, I got a best of both worlds. City, country boy. So,
that sounds all right.
yeah, I got my little country tendencies. About me, I am a newly fresh entrepreneur.
Uh-oh.
Entrepreneur.
Negro.
Wait. All right.
There you go. www.madmacs.net.
We'll come back to that. We'll come back to that.
M-I-C-K-E-Y
Was I supposed to?
M-O-U-S-C.
Look, M-O-U-S-E, close your mouth. Anyway.
Boom. I got you.
But I got a loving family and loving spouse and two beautiful girls.
Oh, slow down. That's the next question, man. You being overzealous.
Wait. Don't get mad.
You can get it all the way.
Said, who are you? And that's
But I ain't say who came with you. All right.
I deal with it too, y'all.
Alexis, Mrs. Black Barbara Walters, what you got, sweetie? Who are you? Where are you from? Some background.
Alexis, better known as Black Barbara Walters.
Trap Barbara Walters.
Trap Barbara Walters. Or BB Walters for short. I am originated from Raleigh, North Carolina. Born and raised. Still here. Yeah, I'm like
Take your shirt off.
like Lamar. I'm a caterer. I am a t-shirt company line launching very soon. I'm the token church girl that still has a little hood in her. How about that?
That's why she gets trapped by Walters.
How about that?
Is that hoodalick? Not Catholic, that's hoodalick.
If you want to call it that,
All right, and sir, Mr. Jermel Thomas, the one I met first.
Man, boy. Where you from, fool?
Detroit, what up, though?
I'm from the murder nigga.
And of course, last but not least, it's that nigga.
That nigga.
From Detroit. Well, I'm now here in North Carolina.
Don't sound so happy about it.
I'm tripping. You really had to play your intro.
Hey,
Say it.
I come with traveling music.
I know, right?
I got people behind me. Come on,
See,
y'all.
no, this is when you would have an intro for each of us. Remember how we had those before?
Don't worry
you
about
see
it.
how you try to
Wait. You know what? Here's a question.
It's my time.
Here's a question that's not even a question. If you guys were moving from point A to point B, what would be your choice? And this is just something that came to my brain. Your soundtrack song. What would you come in on?
Ooh, you can't ask that.
Yeah, come on. You only get one choice.
I don't know. We got a playlist. I don't know about one song.
Come on. Look, I mean, the epic song, I'll give you mine. If I'm walking in, you're going to hear Atomic Dog. When I'm walking about, wow, yippee, yo, that's going to be my theme song. So you get one choice. We'll start with Jamel.
Let me go to my playlist. Hold on. This one is a little difficult. I don't know.
I still have to stick on my intro. I'll be still that nigga.
That nigga. All right. Okay.
That's fine.
I
don't know.
Come on. What's that special song to your heart with some funk that you just want everybody to think of when you walk in?
I'm a Missy Elliott girl, so it's gonna be a Missy song 9 times out of 10. Because let me not say that because all three of y'all in this one.
Not saying.
What are you saying? Go say your thing.
Say what you got to say.
Let it fly.
I'm looking at you cross-eyed anyway. Go ahead.
You're cross-eyed. Period. It doesn't matter. It'll probably be
Today, Junior.
I Can't Stand the Rain because
I can't stand the rain. There you go. I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah.
All right, Lamar, what you got, baby? What would be your intro?
Oh, that's easy. Rick James.
Which one?
Mary Jane.
I'm alone with Mary Jane.
She's my man.
Nice. All right, baby, you're here. What would yours be, Jessica, if you had to pick one, sweetie?
Oh, if I had to pick a song.
I bet you it's an old one. What?
Yes, it's going to be an old one because you're the one who gave it to me.
Did I?
Yeah.
What would it be?
Because I always smile to it every time you sing it.
I know what it is. Michael Jackson?
Yep.
Which one?
The Way You Make Me Feel.
The Way You Make Me Feel.
Oh, yeah.
She was when she was a baby. When she was a baby, I would always say, "You knocked me off of my feet." She did that shit then too.
I love it.
That's the song. I love it. I love it. I love it.
All right, let's move on to these questions now. Each one of y'all, family, spouse, kids, pets. What you got? We're gonna go. We're gonna start with Alexis in the middle this time.
Go ahead,
no spouse.
Okay.
Very, very single.
Her DMs are so refined.
They're refined because there's some obstacles to get in there. There's
some locks, and some chains.
So I was going,
chastity belt.
Right. Roadblock.
But what y'all not going to do?
Orange cones.
What y'all not going to do is take my moment.
Under construction.
First of all, we're trying to find me a husband, not y'all run them off. How about that?
Hey, do your thing. Do your thing. I'm sorry.
We in the same boat.
Ain't nothing wrong with remodeling.
You know what I'm saying?
What's wrong with remodeling?
Thank you, Jessica. I'm glad we in the same boat because
We in the same boat, girl.
He could bring the record ball. Go ahead.
No spouse, no pets. It's just me and my siblings, and
Okay.
my handful of nieces and nephews who occupy my time and my wallet.
Nice. I know that wallet. All right, Jamel, what you got, brother?
I got 4 kids.
Me too.
No spouse. DMs is wide open.
Wide open.
So hit me up.
I'm talking about a corpse could probably blow out here. He lose it.
A good win. I wet this place up.
Look, I'll drink to that.
I put a fire out.
Jesus.
Holy fuck.
No, wait. You talking one of those soaker hoses, or you talking about a?
No, it's a soaker. I'm gonna wake this thing up.
Oh my goodness!
That's almighty.
All right, Lamar, what you got, baby?
All right, so I already messed up and already said.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
you good.
I got a 3-year-old daughter named Mackenzie and 5-year-old daughter named Madison. Mad Max, the reason why. Anyway, I love my lovely lady in here. And shout out to all my peoples. And we got a dog.
What up, peeps?
Charlie Parker. Yeah, he's a Roddy Pitt mix. He an old chunky little thing, but he cool as hell though.
All right, I'm sorry.
He got a mean bark. He got a mean bark, but he's soft as pudding. I'm about to tell you.
They got a mean bar. You mean on one end, tail tucked on the other.
Yeah. No. He's literally just there to be the alarm system for the house because he can sense when people get too close to the
What
apartment.
kind of dog?
He's a Roddy mixed with Pitt, but he's soft.
Ooh.
He's
So,
soft.
look, he'll bite you if you make him.
No.
I will
was not
too.
ready, but
He said I will too. All right, guys, what do you guys do? We'll go from left to right this time. We'll hit Lamar first.
All right, go ahead.
And you already mentioned entrepreneur, caterer, I believe.
Bro.
But what do you do for a living, actually? And then what are you doing for a side hustle? That makes sense. What do you work, and then what do you want to work?
yeah. Well, my
ahead,
income
be
is
your
being
testimony.
an entrepreneur. You know.
Okay.
I just started that. I'm about like 2 weeks in of operating, so I'm
Okay.
seeing out some kinks and all that stuff with my catering business. And then this is pretty the side hustle. Spending time with these two. Literally, I cook.
And
I'm
here.
here, and then home.
They say it all together.
I love it.
I have literally dwindled all my life to this cooking and my chaps. So
I got you. Okay, Alexis, what about you, sweetie?
By night, because I work third shift.
you make it sound like you
Right,
got a
by night,
stripper
like you
job,
work the
ain't
street.
Uh-oh, shit.
I hold them corners up.
What you doing?
That's
at
why I
night?
said I work third shift. I'm
Oh,
not full of
That's
those
what third.
y'all.
They say you on third shift.
Yeah, I go. Yeah, I go.
Hey,
No,
suck on that
I
car.
work.
Let go on the car.
Even on show, I'm about to mute y'all. How about that?
My fault.
Go
Not
ahead, do
even
your
on show, I'm about to
thing.
mute.
Go ahead. How about your hustle, girl? Hustle that booty. Oh, I'm sorry.
I work at a warehouse, Amazon warehouse, by evening, and during the day I have a catering company as well. And it's coming here very soon. We have a book and a clothing line that are going to be launched.
Nice.
Gonna have some merch.
Nice. Oh, merch. They'll get the merch here shortly. All right, Jamel, what you got, baby?
Right now I'm on hiatus. But I cook for a living.
Yeah.
I'm on hiatus.
Uh,
Is that the fancy way of saying you ain't
got
got
no
no damn job, Tommy?
Tommy.
But I still hustle. I do DoorDash and stuff like that. And I do this, man. And I got a clothing line.
Yeah.
Nice.
J. Edwin Collection.
That's a friend.
See, what's bad is everybody there got a business, and I'm sitting here. I should do more.
So, man, we got to do
Hey,
something.
we always here for a collab.
You know what I'm saying?
I know, right? Shoot, y'all just a hop, skip, and a jump away from here.
We get the I.O.W gear. Jessica rolling with her own liquor. You know, we got it.
I'm surprised you ain't started a liquor line
You know what I'm
yet,
saying?
Phil. I mean,
Well, I mean, drinking is easy. Making it, you go to jail. Look, I ain't trying to go to prison. I don't like boys. Come on, man.
I'm with you. I do not like boy pussy.
There you go, man. Look, I'm too good looking to be a criminal.
You.
All right.
You.
Expression, yeah.
All right, now let's talk about social media. This is your time to shine. Put out all your plugging, all your Instagramming, all your Facebooking, all of your anything you got, any websites, any of your entrepreneurisms. It's good. So we're gonna go with we'll start with Alexis in the middle. Ladies first.
All right,
Ladies first. Ladies first.
I knew they were gonna do it. I knew it.
We gotta
join in. You gotta join in.
We gotta solve for everything. So you guys can follow me on Facebook, Alexis Henderson. Twitter, it's Lex Black BLK Barbara. My catering website is www.millijsweettreats, Sweet Treats, and that's MILLIJ. Word sweet treats with a Z at the end.
Right.
.com. Instagram, same thing. Millie J Sweets, Sweet Treats.
Millie J.
I think that's all mine. Facebook is Millie J Sweet Treats. So either Millie J Sweet Treats or just Alexis Henderson. You'll find me. I promise.
All right. What you got, Lamar?
I'm just gonna drop my business because I don't need y'all my personal. www. Madmax MADMACS.net.
MOUSE.
Make me want to drag them off.
All right, JaVale, what you got, baby?
You go.
Thank you. I got Smoking Pot Catering is my catering company. Follow me on Twitter under Smoking Pot Catering.
Yep.
J. Edwin Collection actually is on Bonfire. So that's www.bonfire.com/store/J dash Edwin dash collection /
That's a lot of.
I know, man.
I know. Oh, well, this is what we're gonna do. You guys shoot me all of your social media handles, whatever you want, and I'll make sure I put it in the show notes. So anybody listening, you can go to my podcast or my Facebook, or not my Facebook. Yeah, Facebook and my YouTube video podcast. And it will be there. So you guys can just go there, click on a link, and go straight to them if you want to support them.
And I'm going to forward it.
We appreciate you.
Outstanding, man. Now, we're going to take a quick break for my, got to pay the bills, baby. I said, I do have a side hustle. I'm going to do a quick break, and then we're going to come in and we're going to get into the subject of this podcast, guys. So bear with me, and here we go. I would like to talk to you about Instacart. What if I told you that you could have local fresh groceries delivered to your front door? You can have multiple deliveries for one small monthly fee. Unlike some other apps or services that want to nickel and dime you all the time. If you don't have that special item that you need to make a special recipe, Instacart in some cases can get that to your house in as fast as 1 hour. Hand selected by shoppers based on your preferences, Instacart highlights deals that can help save you money. You can find everything you normally buy, and they also suggest things that may be new to you. They pick the freshest produce and also keep your eggs safe too. Follow the link in the show notes that lets Instacart know that I sent you. That will not only help the show, but it will also, in this case, give you free delivery on your first order over $35. Instacart. Never go out to go grocery shopping again. Y'all like that? I recorded that myself.
I was so proud.
Instacart.
So listen, I used to do Instacart.
Me too. I used to do Instacart too.
Listen,
nice.
Commercials are wonderful, but I don't think I've ever had an order that was less than $35. So go ahead and do y'all shopping.
All right, there you go. Thank you. Appreciate you. All right, guys. The subject here is interaction.
Okay.
That's what we're going to talk about for the rest of the evening. We're going to talk about interaction.
Okay.
Interacting amongst yourself, interacting with other people, how you want to interact with other people, all kind of stuff. Interaction. So, subject for all of you guys, you can answer in whatever order you choose.
Okay.
How do you interact between each other? And then the next question is going to be, how do you interact with other people? So, you three as a group, how do you guys interact together?
You see how
y'all ain't seen that yet.
Yeah.
You're kinfolk. I mean, we see each other a lot.
Right.
I think one of the dynamics with us is even when we first met, because all of us worked together before, like let me say it this way. All of us worked with Jamel.
All right.
So, and that's kind of what started our show. Jamel had an idea. We conversated a lot during lunch and talked about different topics and things. And we actually had Lamar on for one of our other hip hop episodes. And the chemistry, like we just kicked it like we've known each other for 20 years.
Right.
Nice.
And it just kind of grew from there. So as y'all see, I am abusive to both of them.
Yeah.
More than him because he deserves it.
Because he deserves it. Yeah.
Yeah, you deserve it. Come
You
on,
don't.
man.
Don't lie.
Don't get on nobody's show like brand new, dog.
I mean, I've already hit you one time on
See,
this
that's
show.
one part of our
There it is.
I love it.
get on other people's show and start acting brand damn new.
I know what you're talking about. I
he
got
already-
Alzheimer's.
But I'm saying he already told on himself, calling I'm that nigga. Yeah, you act like a nigga.
Not only did he
He said,
I already hit him one time
I
during
know.
this show.
Like,
Y'all see she admitting it, right?
It's
oh.
When
You know
them
what's really
papers
good.
come in the mail,
Oh my god.
All right, so anybody coming up, you trying to get them numbers for Alexis, you better wear padding, man. Wear some padding.
I grew up with all boys.
She
I
like
don't
to
know
hear
what to tell y'all. I grew up with all boys.
All right, what's your view, Jamel? Oh, as far as y'all group, y'all interaction thing.
I think we interact like they said, we interact like a family, I always pride myself. What you see is what you get.
Yeah.
You see me at Food Line, I'm gonna act the same.
And do.
Nice.
See me in church, I'm gonna act the same.
And do.
And people can testify. I be at work, and we work in corporate environment.
And he
I act the same.
change.
You still
There you go.
He does not
Change.
change.
I talk to my supervisor the same way I talk to them.
Yeah.
Nice. What's your view, Lamar?
Oh no, I'm just sidebar. Like I've seen him like literally like almost getting a fight with.
Oh,
Anyway,
wow.
no,
I've
Can
seen
we tell them that?
no. All I'm doing is just
Co-signing.
co-signing and agreeing because we've both seen
And
those
just-
moments.
and just pretty
Yeah.
much solidifying them. What you're saying is true.
we both seen those moments.
Mm,
So I'm not working
nice.
with.
No,
I'll say
no.
this. Being, not that I'm part of the group, but being that you guys, brought me in and we started talking and, starting to get to know each other a little bit better. From the outside looking in, you guys are great, man. You seem like family. You're close together. You're wholesome. You're funny. And that's why I enjoy watching your show because you guys are dynamic like that.
Appreciate it.
So you can, feel free to call me anytime.
I will.
The great thing about it, it's all organic and it's literally just like
Right.
There's
just
never
happens.
there's never a script when it comes to
No.
us.
Yeah.
Nice.
You can tell that it just everything's fluid.
Yeah,
Right.
you
Right.
get what you get when it comes to us.
Well, I always like to say, like, we build a skeleton. So it's not like we just go on here and turn the mics on. We do have we build a skeleton.
rubric.
And then once we get on air, we start putting the meat and tissues
potatoes.
and the muscle and the sinew. We put all that onto the skeleton.
You going biology?
Yeah.
Potatoes.
Oh, I'm
I was
sorry.
going kitchen. I was like,
Oops.
Okay.
I know exactly what you're saying because like even with this show, I sent you an outline. We
Right.
kind of following it, but, we kind of following it. But what I like about a live, and I know you guys are
We started-
fledgling livers, you're starting to do your lives.
Right.
You got to be able to hold a conversation. You need to be.
That's true.
You have to be dynamic enough.
Mhm.
It's easier to do a live because there's no editing and all that stuff, but it's unpredictable. And you need to be able to push the show. You need to be able to carry it.
Right.
Now, if you record it and edit it, you can screw up all you want and just fix it in post. You know what I'm saying?
My favorite thing, I'll fix it in post. Don't worry
Yeah.
about it.
I'll fix it in post.
he says that so much, it's so annoying. It's
Okay.
like he's like, well, go back and say it
Don't
again.
worry.
No,
I'll
just,
fix it in post. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I'll fix-
Here's one thing I wish you would fix in post.
What's that?
That day I almost drowned myself on.
Oh no, that would be TikTok, nigga. That would be on TikTok.
All right, so how do you guys interact with other people on an individual basis, not as a group, individually? People person, not people person, morning person, want to kill everybody? How are you personally when you deal with folks?
Eat all the above.
I would say it really
Yeah,
depends.
it depends.
It for me, I think it depends on the situation. I have, and I think both of them I've seen it. I have my professional side, and then if you just tap it a little too hard, then you get trapped Barbara Walters. So
She put a knife on the floor. She
listen,
done it.
I've done it.
We
I
got it on tape.
Yeah.
on the Halloween episode.
Then she put the knife on the laptop. Just,
Like,
I was there.
yeah, I feel was there. I didn't know you saw in between sips.
I mean,
no, what,
I'm saying,
what are you doing?
All right. Well, all right. Lamar, what about you on your dealing with people?
Honestly, dealing with people, I'm normally not a aggressive guy until I feel like you done me wrong. I'm one of the type of people. Look, I'm gonna be cordial, and then once I get the idea that you're not a cordial person, I ain't really gonna fuck with it.
Right.
But I'm pretty much whatever energy you give me is what I give you. So,
I can understand that.
Hey,
it's a good one.
If you treat me like an asshole, I could be an asshole too. I'm just saying,
and he's good at it.
I'm just saying. You want to be sarcastic? I can do that too.
Right.
My thing is, we all people, so don't get it twisted. You know,
I Jamel,
I can flip it too.
I'm pretty much, man. I like people. I'm a people person.
You are.
I mean, just today, I was walking ladies in front of the what you call it, the getting the wax place. You know, where you get waxed at. I was like, "Oh, you going to get a wax? Tell me about that." Just started a conversation. You know, I would walk up to people, just start talking. That's just what I do.
Wait, nigga, was that your pickup line? Really?
No, I just wanted to know.
Nah, you.
Wait. So you stand in front of Coochie Creations, and you just start asking questions.
Yeah, I want to know.
Trying to get a coochie coupon.
I'm like, do they give you pictures? They give you before and after pictures and can email it to
trying
you?
to get a free coochie coupon.
I'll let you chime in, Jet.
No, they don't. No, they don't. Just so you know, no, they don't.
They
Okay?
don't?
No.
You want to know what it looked like? You know?
No, you should know.
No.
It's yours. You should know what it looked like.
Hey, I forget sometimes.
Jess, I gotta ask you, Jess. Have you ever been standing in front of vaginal vanities or whatever they call it, and someone just asked you questions out of the blue?
Yes, I have had that happen before.
I'm surprised.
I have had that happen before. A guy had asked me, like, do they do guys there? Do they do guys there?
Really?
I'm like,
For real?
yeah, I've had that happen. I was like, I don't work there. I don't know.
Do they do guys there?
Sometimes. Depends on where you go.
If it's growing, it's staying. You ain't snatching shit off me or something.
Well, I mean, you got to do
Some men like to manscape.
And not only that, you got to think about like the professional.
Hell no, Manscaped. I'm George of the Jungle Wild over here.
But sometimes, like, you know,
like True Green, nigga.
some people, like, I know someone was talking about like some bets and stuff they did. They were like, I want to know if, you know, they do guys there because we got a bet, so, you know, they can do whatever. I was like,
oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm sorry.
Ain't none of my business.
I'm not paying nobody any money to rip hair out my butthole. I'm just not going there. I'm sorry.
Remember when Mom waxed your face?
Ooh, that sound painful.
That sounds very painful.
Very painful.
See, not okay.
Wait, what?
I messed around.
What sounds painful? I'm sorry.
I hurt.
Just so y'all know, I did a video years ago. It wasn't very long. You can look for it on my YouTube channel, Daddy Cooks YouTube channel.
Okay.
I'm sitting at my desk at the other house, and my wife's like, "Baby," I said, "What?" She said, "I'm gonna make it so that you don't have to shave anymore." I was like, "Really?" She's like,
He had no idea what was about to happen.
She puts this warm stuff on my stubbly beard, right? And I was like, okay. And then she puts, you know, I figure it's going to dissolve the hair, right? And then she puts a rag on it. I thought it needed to be like warmed up to get chemically active or some shit. And she ripped that man, everything poked out. Everything poked out, man. That hair came off.
It was so funny.
Look, nipples, whipples, wrinkles, everything poked out, man. That shit hurt.
Hey, was it smooth up? Was your skin smooth afterwards?
Hell yeah.
Everything was smooth, man. Everything. I was so smooth, everything sweated. I can't believe it. So anyway, y'all can look that up. It's funny as shit. It hurt, man. I never.
It was your reaction. You didn't record the.
Oh, now we done got off our guest. Let's go to the next question.
Sorry.
I was entertained.
Oh,
All right. What major obstacles, if any, what major obstacles have you guys had to overcome as far as you guys together for your podcast and your interaction and your businesses? What major obstacles have you had to overcome as a group? I'll put it that way.
The individual being black, being born.
That's a start.
That's a start right there. They're gonna call me petty, but I'm gonna say it. I really don't care.
Nigga, you petty.
I am.
Go ahead.
I think we've been pretty good as far as a group. I think the only obstacle is for us lately has been finding decent interns.
Oh, I knew it. Here we go.
I said interns.
I said I was gonna be petty. I'm sorry.
You were supposed to let him do that.
All I got is me.
I help sometimes.
You were supposed to let him.
When I'm home.
All right.
Did you really take the petty
Well,
pill
let
from
me tell
him?
you
I'm just
something
saying
though.
we
But,
still ain't even heard back from the one.
when we had interns. We had 2 interns.
I still
And gang got spoiled having them. And now it's like, cause little stuff that goes wrong, you know, usually the intern can take care of it. Now we got, me and Lamar got to get up and fix stuff now. So we kind of got used to that. And are you frozen, or you just got the ugly look on your face?
That's just my ugly look, man.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
No, I'm just jealous, man, because remember when we spoke the first time? I'm talking about me and Jamel. I spoke to him. He's like, yeah, man, I had 2 interns. I was like, this motherfucker got interns.
This is a whole production behind the scenes. If y'all,
Hey, we got a full-blown studio,
Yeah.
you know. And that's I guess if you want to mention obstacles, one of the obstacles really is just finance.
Yeah, most
Because
Yeah.
I'm the type of person, I like stuff to be perfect.
Yeah.
And when like the time when we couldn't get the sound right, that frustrated the mess out of me.
I wish y'all could have seen that.
And they was talking, I'm like, my head down, I ain't saying nothing. I'm just trying to get it done. And that's how I am. I get, when it comes to stuff like that, I get focused. Tunnel vision.
Because I was trying to talk shit to him. And he went.
He won't pay attention to nothing we were saying at all. Like he was.
Chill, man.
Like we hadn't seen him at that level of frustration in a very long time. Like we were worried about the soundboard getting thrown, the computer lights being knocked over.
Hey, but you know what? That's what I love. I love the perfectionist about him.
Yeah.
Because he makes sure like our shit is on.
See, but I can understand that because that was the day of the live.
Yeah.
And the fact that
It was your first live. I mean, I'm shooting him messages. He's shooting me messages. I'm like, we got to make this shit work.
Yeah.
I was like, it's all Phil's fault. He suggested this.
we had guests in the green room and everything. Like, dang, come on.
All right. Lamar, what you got?
I mean, just pretty much what they talk about. Just obstacles as in financing and just a little help.
Speaking of that, go to our Patreon. We'll go ahead.
Patreon.
Yeah, I think some people get it misconstrued
5
because
cents,
$1, a nickel. I don't care.
a nickel.
What you saying?
I think
nickel
some people
for a
get
pickle.
it. I think some people get it kind of misconstrued because they think
No,
that because
no.
they see 3 of us that there's more finances that are coming in. And the reality of the situation sometimes is you got 3 people who are starting. Get off of me, fool! Who are starting?
See, this is what we got to deal with. It's because he's so big.
I'm gonna hold on 2 seconds. While he get his life together, I'm gonna mute him. But no, I think they see 3 of us and they think that the finances come in a lot quicker, and the reality is we are 3 people who have lives outside of this,
Right,
and who have businesses outside of this, who have families outside of this,
Right.
So we started out with literally
An
iPhone, some sheets over some chairs,
Yeah.
and
this microphone
and that microphone, literally.
I mean, I can relate.
It's
I
on our
definitely
YouTube
can
page.
relate. Yeah.
Go back to them earlier shows. You
Yeah.
done seen
Oh
we-
my God,
we
it
done
sound
came
horrible.
out,
I mean, I totally understand because me being also on social media, my earlier shit sucked. It was terrible. It's still there. People are like, how come you don't delete those crappy videos? I'm like, so people can see the progression.
Right.
Yeah.
You see the progress.
See the evolution.
Yeah, so you can see the progression. Yeah.
And not only that, when you go back yourself and look at it, I know for me, when I go back and look at it, it's
I
a
look at it all the
humbling
time.
experience,
Oh, yeah.
to remind yourself, like, this is where you started out from.
Right.
This is where you are, and you still got so much
So
more
much further
time
to
to
do.
go
Yeah.
and more space
Yeah.
over.
Yeah. And what's funny is, I mean, after I shoot a video or do a live, even after this, I'm going to go back. I'm going to watch this like 2 or 3 times. My wife's like, you watching yourself again? I'm like, I'm looking for mistakes.
Yeah.
I'm looking for what I can do better.
He's
you know
a
what I'm saying?
perfectionist.
And,
Right.
Very much so.
and that's just me. If you're going to do something,
Right.
You know, I can't come half cocked. I figure anyone that's willing to listen to a podcast or watch a YouTube video, whatever, I owe you my best effort.
Right.
And you guys have that same. I feel you guys have that same quality, and it's admirable. It's admirable.
Appreciate it.
All right, now, have you ever had to deal with negativity?
Now, wait, you mean from a guest, or you just mean in general?
However you want to answer the question. Negativity. I want to hear it, man.
His petty bone coming out.
Yeah.
I feel his petty bone coming
out. You might have picked it from him.
But
I mean, because I can go a couple different directions. It could be negativity, people talking crap about your podcast, because you always got those, you know, those trolls. You always got people that's gonna criticize your shit.
You know what's funny? I don't even pay attention to our critics about if
I do.
Well, you do. Wait, that's you. Me, I never gave a damn what people had to say about me or what I'm doing, because at the end of the day, these motherfuckers ain't paying none of my bills.
Right.
Honestly, I mean, I'm just saying, because I love what we do, and I love the product that we putting out. And, you know, at this point, I'm like, well, shit, if somebody catch on and like it, then so be it. If not, I'm gonna still be on the show.
But here's I want to say to that. It's not that I pay attention to say they affect my life in any kind of way. I pay attention because there may be some criticism.
I got you.
Yeah,
I
may
not have noticed. That's something different.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what? I
different.
never really thought it from that perspective. Because, like, for me, when I come up with a show idea and we kick it around in production meeting and stuff like that, I have a vision of what I want that show to look like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I have what I want the finished product to look like, how I want the flow to go, all that stuff. And so, but that's how I feel it should look like.
Yeah.
Somebody, when they wants to get out there, somebody see it, they may say, "Oh, man, you might could have did that. Or I didn't like this." Now I'll take that as, let me think. Does that hold weight? You know, that have any merit? And then may consider changing some things because I want it to be the best product that we can put out.
Yeah, most definitely.
Sometimes good feedback. Sometimes
right.
Yes, you're right on that.
Feedback. There's three things you can do with feedback. All right. One, you can pay attention to it.
Right.
Yeah.
Two, you can learn from it, make changes. Three, you can ignore it.
Right.
Now, let me tell you a story. When it comes to my YouTube thing, I used to have handheld cameras. My shit was so crappy. But I thought I was doing something. I was happy with it. You know, I had good voice, good dialogue, but camera shaky. You couldn't hardly, I didn't have, you keep your microphone on your talent. That's like we all have one right here as we speak right now. You want a microphone close to your talent. And I did a video and a person sent me a message saying, man, this video, I really liked the recipe, but I couldn't watch it because the camera was shaking and I felt seasick and I couldn't hardly understand you. And I was like, this motherfucker talking shit about my video. But then I listened, I thought about it. And then someone else made a comment, hey, man, you need a tripod. You need to stabilize your camera.
Right.
And then after a while, I'm still doing them things, so I buy a tripod. Then it's like, hey, man, you ever watch a YouTube video and it looks all greenish and weird because you don't have a daylight light? I got daylight temperature lighting in my face right now. You guys have daylight temperature lighting in the studio. I can tell just by the way it looks.
Right.
But if you use a soft white bulb, you can look all green and tinted and shit.
Right.
I had no idea.
Yep.
So comments, I made that change. And then I started using wireless microphones. Then I started editing. And you look at one of my earlier videos and one of my latest videos, you'd be like, we got fucking Spielberg here now. But, I'm using multiple cameras and shit. But those are all things I never considered when I first started. Okay. And now me being a new podcaster, taking a little bit of experience from my YouTube stuff, I hate starting. I like to start at the top.
Me too.
I hate starting. So while I was away, when I'm working in parts unknown, I started buying the gear, started doing the research, sending stuff home from the Middle East where I work. And so when I got here, I just had to put stuff together and testing one, testing two, pow. Now I just need to build an audience. I got a personality, I think.
It's there.
Definitely there.
I got sound, I got it. So now I just need to build an audience, and with friends like you guys, and and we can build together. There's enough YouTube podcasts for everybody. But that was for Lamar. That's why Jermel's the way he is. He does pay attention to the critics in the comments because that gives you hints on how to improve.
Yeah.
Wow, we supposed to be talking about y'all. I'll shut up now. Next question.
That's how conversation works, though. You know,
I know, man. I know. Now, here's the big one. This is the big one.
That's birthday.
After this election is finalized, and we're gonna go one at a time.
Okay.
What is your prediction on how people with opposite views will interact together? Since this podcast is about interaction,
I love it.
how do you think people are gonna interact? Win, lose, or draw? We gonna start with Alexis. How do you think people are gonna treat each other coming up in about a week or whenever this election's finished?
It's finally over.
We're gonna be in the same boat. I think so. I feel this way. Just because we put someone in office, yeah, granted, and I say it's the day I die. I don't want Trump in office. I don't want him back in office ever again in life. I don't. But in the same aspect, I also always say there are certain qualities that both candidates hold that are personally good towards me as a business owner. There are things that Trump says and he does that benefit me as a business owner, but do not benefit me as a minority. Same thing with Biden. You know, you can color them Democratic, Republican, whatever else. It don't matter who you put in the White House until they're making certain changes out in the streets. Then we're going to be in the same boat. We're going to be in the same predicament. And as Black people, especially, you know, I work with 2 Black men. You know, I fear for them every day. Because,
we fear for you, baby.
Listen, I fear for myself too, but I fear more for y'all. Because just because you have someone in the house does not change the way that people are. Because, like we said, we're all on social media platform. We're making our voices known. So unfortunately, that automatically puts a target on our back for the people that don't have the same views as us. Right. So you can put whoever you want in the White House until you come out and come from that high horse and start making changes. And this is even for people in the Senate and Congress and all of them, until you come down from those seats and start walking back in what, you know, your life was before you got to those seats, we're going to be in the same predicament in the world. That's just how I feel about it.
Wow. I got you. All right. What you got? What you got, Jamel? Your view. I'll ask the question again.
No, I don't know the question.
You good? All right. What's your prediction?
So you do a temperature check of what's going on, and you start looking at, like, I was out the other day. You see, right before the election or the day of the election, I can't remember which day it was, but even really prior to that, you seen a lot of these Trump. They ride in convoys, waving the flag out the window, intimidating people. You know, run
up, get done up. I know that.
Well, wait, you're right. But I'm just saying, like, this talk about just the temperature itself. Yeah, you know, it's very volatile. Now, you look at that, and you couple that, and you look at how the rhetoric that Trump is putting out. You know, it went from like kind of subtlety to now he just blatantly saying things, which is energizing those other people that's out here that already want to commit violent acts. Now you just stirring that pot.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you look at that, and then you look at the fact if he wins, it may subside some of that a little bit. But if he loses, he already stirring the pot of this is being stolen. This, you know, they're not doing right. They trying to cheat me out of it. I already won this thing. Right. So now you're gonna see the interaction with anyone who is against is the enemy. It's like, and you know, it's like a war mentality. You can justify a lot of stuff for war. You can justify killing somebody because we're in the act of war. You can justify of doing things that you normally in your mind may be morally wrong, but in the act of war, I can do these things. It's justified. And the person that may be lying, he's justified because it's an act of war.
Right.
And that's kind of the idea and what's going on. So how are we going to interact? If Trump wins, it may not be as bad. But if Trump loses, I think we may be looking at a civil war.
Yeah.
I mean, from the things you've seen, I watched a video from this guy in Virginia saying if Trump loses, he ready to start picking people off. And
right.
He's got like arsenal. He's been I mean, he's got his whole garage full of just weapons and bullets and everything ready to go to war.
But let me throw this in before I get to you, Lamar.
Yeah.
You got motherfuckers that's got a bunch of guns.
Yeah.
And don't even know how to shoot the motherfuckers. I don't care how many you own. I don't care. Now, I'm a prior service, 23-year veteran,
Right.
4-time combat vet, airborne ranger, combat tested.
Right.
All right. I've taken people to war with me and brought all of them back 4 times. Okay. And just because you have a pistol or a rifle or a machine gun or a shotgun don't mean you know how to hit shit with it.
True.
You with me? I'm a career shooter. And I laugh a lot of times. You see, like that chucklehead, that young kid that went from Illinois to Wisconsin and shot that. I guarantee if he wouldn't have got ran up on, he probably wouldn't have hit him.
Right. But let me say, Phil, let me say this.
Sir.
I agree with you on that level. But these militias are training like military style people.
Yeah, but don't mean they military, man.
Well, see now, you got the whole militia thing. Let's go all the way to
Let's do it.
the purpose. The purpose of a militia originally was to have a force that you could call up to defend the country against a tyrannical government. Right. The tyrannical government was England. Right. The tyrannical government wasn't the United States of America. So they didn't have a tried and true army, so they could bring the people together for a militia so that they could freaking defend their freaking country, their lifestyle, that type of stuff. Right. Now, because it says to defend against a tyrannical government, then you get the wackadoo yahoos, not all of them, but some of them, start talking about freaking, well, I need to have all my guns and we're going to train in case the United States is a tyrannical government. Listen, people. Fuckers, do you seriously think you and your buddies, I don't care if you got 20, 30, 50, 100 of them, are going to go up against the 82nd Airborne Division, the 101st Airborne Division, any National Guard or Army Reserve unit, when you got a bunch of rifles, pistols, and shotguns, and they're going to show up with mortars and artillery? You're fucking losing. You're losing. Right. So, you know, they can talk all that if they want to. All they're talking about is if a group of us get mad, we got guns, and a group of them just get mad, and they got guns, we going to fight each other. Right. But you ain't going up against a tyrannical government because a tyrannical government will squash that ass. I'm just saying. Thank you.
And I agree with you on that. I agree with you. But I think my large...
That doesn't make them any less dangerous. I understand your point as well.
And my other point to that, too, is that's fine for the government, but for the everyday citizen, that's a whole different story.
See, but that makes my point. They say the reason we have a militia is to protect ourselves from a government, but
they're not fighting the government. They fighting
you get a bunch of yahoos rolling up to the freaking the state house, because they want haircuts. Oh, you got me locked down, and I should have the right to have a haircut. So Billy Bob and Chuck D roll up there with their freaking shit. You know, to the freaking state house, talking about freaking, I have the right to eat a pizza outside. Come on, man. Fuck out of here.
You know? I'm with you. You got to say that in New York style.
Now, I mean, fuck out of here. Now, everyone, you have your rights. And this is going to sound so fucked up. This is going to sound so fucked up. But out of all the countries that neutralized this virus quickly, were the people that didn't have rights. You stay home. If you come out, you're going to fucking jail. Well, I don't want to go to jail. I'm stay home because they controlled their people. Now, obviously, we don't want that in the United States of America. Right. But when you got Karen calling the cops on me because you don't like the way I fucking barbecue. Right. You know what I'm saying? You got somebody freaking, you know, calling the police because he says, lady, you're not supposed to have a dog in the freaking park in New York. It's supposed to be on a leash. I'm going to call the police, and he's threatening my life. I wish you would have whooped her ass right there on camera, to be honest with you. But then, you know, nigga man would have been in trouble. I'm sorry I said that out loud. But
that's the problem. That's the problem. We got all these groups that are fighting over who's going to be in the office and talking about they going do all this other stuff, but you can't even do it when it comes to human rights. Come on now.
I got you. I got you.
My biggest thing always is and will be is because our history is Black people, you know, and I always talk about how we're not that far removed from slavery. Right. You know, least I know my great grandfather, you know, his parents were slaves. Okay. Some of his older siblings were slaves. So you can hear stories about being on a plantation. Me hearing those kind of stories as a kid. My dad grew up down south and during the 60s when they was lynching people, and the 50s when they was lynching people. So you hear those stories as a child. So, you know, as you grow older, and then from what you see on the outside, you see like, okay, everything's getting better. You know, that's what you think. And then you see these things happening with the police shootings and all that stuff starting to happen. And then that stuff start revving up again in your mind, because now you're reaching back to those memories. You're not just really looking at what's going on right now. You're looking at that plus those memories. You know, so then you start seeing certain other things with these militia groups or these other people rising up. You're looking at that plus those memories. You know,
I got you.
And so I think a lot of times we as a group, because, you know, we only get generalized because we're not a monolith. We're not a monolith, but, you know, as in generalization, we as a group sometimes see those things, and, you know, we are fearful, maybe not fearful that we don't want to do nothing, but it's still, I mean, you know, everyone experiences fear. You know what I'm saying? It's what you do with fear.
Well, let me throw this in. I don't feel that I'm this far removed from slavery.
Okay.
I feel that I'm this far from getting fucked up from the shit that's going on today.
Wow. Okay.
You with me? So I don't have to. Yeah, I do have rhetoric and say this and that about, you know, don't forget where you came from, this, that, and the other. You know, Trump took kids away from their parents on the border. Well, shit, black people have had kids taken away from them since slavery. So, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm not getting into all that. My thing is, freaking, I can't fix what happened in the past.
Right.
But if you don't forget the Alamo, and you don't forget 9/11, and you don't forget freaking the Holocaust, then don't fucking forget slavery.
Right.
All right. So that's, you know, it's either remember it or don't remember it. Okay. Right. But I don't feel the whole that much tied to slavery, because that wasn't my life. You know what I'm saying? I was born in the late 60s. You know, I kind of missed all that hard Jim Crow stuff. My parents went through it, and their parents went through it. So I live off of my experiences, where I have, you know, I've dealt with my fair share of racism in the military, outside the military. Hell, I done some fucked up shit to white people when I was younger. Okay, look, you got to learn.
Right. You?
Oh, of course. We used to go across Western Avenue when it was all white people and steal bicycles and beat somebody down that didn't want us to take it. I'd get mad.
Father.
Yeah. I'd get mad. You're taking my bike. Yeah. Now you trying to stop me? I gotta beat you down. Anyway, back to what we were saying. All right, Lamar, you're up, man.
Okay.
How do you think people are gonna interact with each other after this election? Well, let me say this real quick. Hey, Johnny Max, thanks for letting me know my stuff was frozen, and Daddy Dutch and all you guys in the chat. I'm sorry I had the chat covered up and I didn't see all you guys up in here. Madwood Barbecue and all of you guys, thanks for being here. All right, Lamar. Now, how do you think after this election, and I'm gonna do a camera swap again, how do you think people are gonna interact with each other?
Well, initially, I think that people are gonna, you know, whoever wins, they might do a little celebration, or the opposite might be talking mad. But let's be honest, after the election, you still got a small percent that are rich as fuck, and then you got everybody else.
Right.
So all that shit's gonna go away in a few weeks, and it's gonna get down to survival of the fittest. So at some point, people's gonna get back to regular lives, because we're still dealing with this pandemic shit. So at some point, people will forget about this whole election and politics and shit, and find a way to just survive as an individual or family.
Right.
So,
I agree with that. I agree with that if Biden wins. I think if Trump wins, because he likes stoking the fire.
Yeah, but I get what you're saying, but I think the only person that's really whining about this shit is going to be Trump.
He's already whining now.
Right.
So I mean, he's talking. He's trying to save his ass from some federal charges. So let's be honest about some shit.
Let me squash that now. Since they didn't take the Senate, there ain't gonna be no federal charges.
We
there ain't. Okay. Now,
As of yet.
New York City.
New York City.
New York City go to his ass. Now, I wish the man, I do not wish him any ill will.
Yeah.
But I also firmly believe that people should get what they deserve.
Right.
Y'all take that for what it's worth. Now, if Joe Biden wins, I'm gonna say the same thing about him that I said about Trump when he won. For any of you guys that are not Biden supporters, or if you're a hardcore Trump supporter, just hear my words. I said about Donald Trump, I got to give him a chance. He's in the seat now, and I hope he does good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say the same thing about Joe Biden. If he gets in the seat, I got to give him a chance. He's in the seat, and I wish him well.
Okay.
That's all I can say about
That's my biggest thing about voting. Like, at the end of the day, I don't care who's it. Okay, I somewhat care who's in office, but at the end of the day, what are you going to do for your people?
Yeah.
And forget Republican or Democrat or any party, political party. But the bullshit. We are the backbone because we ain't rich. So you need us. How are you going to take care of us?
I'm about to fuck you up right quick.
I'm just saying.
Let's look at Congress. Who's in Congress? No, before you say who's in Congress, let's talk about who's not in Congress. I don't see no freaking electricians, no carpenters, no mechanics, no bakers, no butchers, no candlestick makers. You got lawyers and millionaires in Congress. So I kind of differ from what you're saying. They do take care of their people.
Right.
They take care of the freaking lawyers and the millionaires.
You're actually saying the same thing.
Now,
You're just saying it different.
Okay, I got you. But my thing is this, man. How many leaders do we have in the United States? I didn't think this was going to go political, but fuck it. Listen.
Hey, it's
We there.
going there now.
We're there. How many leaders do we have in the United States?
Too many.
President of the United States, he's elected to be a leader. No matter who he is, he was elected to be the leader. All right? Vice president ain't shit. He's 2IC, second in charge. He ain't leading shit. Then from the president, you got who? Governors.
Right.
They're elected to lead those states. Take another step down. You got mayors. They are elected to lead those cities.
Yeah.
And then below that, you got freaking, the state legislature, blah, 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 blah. I did not mention a single freaking person in the House of Representatives or a freaking person in the Senate because they're not leaders. They are, brace yourself, fucking representatives.
Right.
Yeah.
They supposed to represent.
They represent us.
Look at you giving a civics class.
I'm sorry.
Look at you.
But now, every time you get a fuck that says, well, I had to vote my conscience. No, bitch, you don't vote your conscience. You vote for what the majority of your constituents want.
Right.
You with me?
That's
People
true.
like, Phil, you should run for Congress. I was like, one, I cuss too much. Two, look, I'm gonna show up and do my press conference with a drink in my hand, so that won't work at all.
Yeah, no.
But my thing is this: I would be the most easy freaking congressperson ever. And this is an example I've used in other podcasts and stuff. If 51% of my people vote that I have to get punched in the fucking dick, and it's time for me to vote, I got to vote to get punched in the dick. It's not my choice. If I'm a representative, I got to represent my constituents.
Yeah.
All right. Now, if 51% say my dick goes free, then I'm not getting punched in the dick. I'm gonna vote for that. You with me? And that's a crazy example. But my thing is,
Okay, can we just say something here? Can we just say
what?
something?
Why are we using dicks for
First
this
you had,
analogy?
first you
Because
had,
I have one and I know what they're all about, man. I can't talk about what I don't know about.
Can y'all imagine being raised by him?
I'm
I was
sorry.
about to ask that.
I'm sorry,
Jessica,
Jessica.
I'm saying.
is
I've
there
heard it all.
is there
This
like
is
some
nothing.
PTSD that you get from hearing this all the years?
No, not at all.
Not at all. Listen, my daughter don't take no shit off of nobody.
I'm probably just as bad, but I have to censor it because I'm around him.
And she in anyway.
but I mean,
Anyway.
I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that. And I think a lot of times that gets overlooked.
Yeah.
You know,
All the time. By the ones that are supposed to be fucking doing it.
right?
They
right.
gotta, my conscience won't let me vote for abortion. First of all, dude, you don't even have a vagina. All right. So your opinion's skewed on that one. All right. Second of all, if the majority of your people are pro freaking choice, and you have to vote on the bill, then you should be voting pro. I don't care how you feel about it.
Right.
You're representing your people, and the majority of them are pro-choice or freaking pro-life, whatever. But that's the way you vote. It ain't personal. It's a job.
It's a job.
Yeah.
It's a job.
Out.
You know?
That's crazy.
Oh, anyway, Lamar, I think, you already did chime in on that question. What do we got next? What do we got?
Next question, please.
Next question. What drives you guys? All right. Your core gut oomph. What makes you you? Any philosophies, ideologies? What do you got? Jamel, what makes you down to your guts? What makes you you, man? Things that hold you true.
One of the things I always say is Proverbs 11.
Bless you.
Bless you, COVID.
Stop it.
Oh, trust. Every time she sees, I'm like,
Cam Newton over here.
better not have no damn.
No, I work in a warehouse that'd be 400 degrees and then go out at 5:15
Had
in
to
the
put you
morning
6 feet apart.
where it's 32 degrees outside.
Right here in cellophane. But anyway, I always say Proverbs 11:1, a false balance is an abomination. And so what I use that as is always trying to maintain balance in what I do. So if I lean too far to the left, that means I need to try to work on getting back center. If I lean too far to the right, I got to work on getting back center. And so whatever I do, I try to maintain that balance. And then my second thing, what makes me is family, because I come from a big family.
Put your hands together for family.
And I have a lot of relatives that go around that did a lot of unofficial adopting of people. And so that philosophy always carried down to me. And I think that's why when I meet people that I feel close to, I call them family.
Okay.
That philosophy been passed down to me.
Oh,
Nice.
Except for you niggas. But go ahead.
That's why I said it. I knew he was going to say
All right, Alexis, what philosophies, ideologies, what holds you true? What makes you down to your guts you?
For me, it's probably three things. One is definitely my faith. Two is my family. And three, I like to call it the ideology of James and Mildred Henderson, because they ran an iron ship. So, and both of my parents have passed on. So, anytime I get into something, I think of, what they would say, what will make them proud. Like that's like any decision I ever make, it's like I have like an imaginal conversation with them, like if they're still here,
Right.
To make those decisions in life. So that is probably number one for me. Yeah, that'd be number one. I had to think on it because I didn't want to get emotional about it, because y'all know I get emotional in the heartbeat.
I'm texting my daughter now. See,
yeah, I get emotional in the heartbeat. Yeah, but family,
and my sister.
I'm gonna say I think family is definitely a big one, because even though my parents are gone, I have a whole bunch of god siblings, nieces and nephews. Like even while we were on the break before this show, I was on the phone with my sister planning a baby shower for next weekend. So family is what drives that, and my faith is what drives me.
Lamar, what about you? What drives you?
You ask some questions, Jess. I see you.
Yeah.
Hey, that threw me off.
I gotta get a part of this somehow, okay?
Right, because your daddy just took it over,
Just a little bit.
What drives me? It depends on what strand I didn't smoke.
I was waiting for it.
Caveat: when this nigga high, he's Aristotle.
Listen,
I love it.
he is.
I had to
He
sit
said
back.
Aristotle.
Einstein,
I'm
the
like-
whole nine.
I got nothing. Alexis like, what that nigga say? That nigga just said that?
I mean,
It must be wearing off.
no, I still got a little bit of that.
Lord have mercy.
Honestly, what drives me, I kind of live with that failure isn't an option kind of mentality, especially, that's what motivated me to start my own business and things like that. But now that I'm getting older, I mean, honestly, I love what I do, but I do all this for my kids. I'm just trying to leave something that they can take on and then they can pass it on,
Right.
and then they kids can pass it on. I'm just trying to build something that can stand,
Have a legacy.
you know. Exactly. That's all.
You been smoking too, Jessica?
No, no. I've been drinking.
I've been drinking.
Daddy, I have the same question for you.
Oh, you asking me?
Yeah. Since I can ask a question, Daddy, what drives you?
Oh shit. Down to my core, what makes me me is a couple of things. One is if there's a standard there, you meet the standard.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. No questions asked. And that I used to be a Rangers instructor, United States Army Ranger School.
Mm-hmm.
Task, condition, and standard, and there's no excuse not to meet that. Period. Okay, that's the first thing, and that's just military training. Second thing is right is right and wrong is wrong.
Yeah.
If I'm right, I'm not backing down. If you try to chew my ass or blah blah blah, first of all, please try to chew my. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting flagged on my own show. Anyway,
That's for you.
my thing is, have you ever been right and then someone misconstrues it or whatever,
Yes.
and they try to make you wrong, but you're not?
Yes.
Right.
Oh, I will fight you tooth and nail.
Yes.
That's it. But if I'm wrong,
I'm wrong.
even if I don't realize it, hey, Phil, you shouldn't have just blah, 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 blah. And I'll be like, once I realize I'm wrong, I will apologize. I will be like, yeah, you're right. Or I apologize. I could have done it better. She look at me like that, but she knows the truth.
This is a recent development for him for probably the last maybe 5 years. Maybe.
Did you say 25?
Maybe. No, 5.
Oh, wow.
Maybe.
Oh wow.
That's because prior to 5 years, I was never wrong.
Lies, fairy tales, and fallacies.
Wow. All right, guys. Now we're talking about
Segue.
this is the second. Yeah, we're gonna move. We can go from what do you say? Lies, fairy tales, and fallacies.
Yes.
Anyway, moving right along. First, we're gonna talk about podcasting.
Okay.
What advice would you guys have for younger person or younger in the industry or trying to start out? What advice would you have for podcasting?
Well, it's funny because my daughter's getting ready to start a podcast.
Nice.
So, yeah, so she was texting me about some stuff anyway.
Okay,
Oh, I'm looking forward to that one because
There you go.
I think my biggest advice is, and like I do with anything, first I ask what your budget is. And if you can afford it, get the Rodecaster. I mean, it changed our podcasting tremendously.
yeah.
I agree.
So I say if you can afford that, that's the first thing I say. If you can afford that, get you a Rodecaster. And because you want good sound.
Yep.
And this eliminates a lot of other steps that you don't have to do later on down the line. Now, if you can't afford that, at least get you invest in a good microphone. Because sound, once again, is important to podcasting.
It is.
And then really, first and foremost, get started. Because you're
That's a
going
good
to
one.
mess up. You're going to make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Our first one was horrible.
Horrible is
You know
not
what I'm
the word.
But, right. But
Caliente.
50 shows later,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
And we on 50 shows?
They just sent me a thing.
I thought we
They just sent me a thing yesterday. So 50 shows later, you know what I'm saying? We have a good product. And I'm proud. And I'm proud of what we have. So I tell anybody, especially someone that's young, and be yourself, get started.
Hey, man. So,
Save some for
Yeah.
us.
Oh, and I'm about to pass the mic.
yeah.
There's 3 of us. We all gotta answer the same.
Sorry, I like to talk.
All right, Alexis, what you got?
Oh, answer everybody's shit in your answer, nigga.
And I think Lamar's gonna say no.
You know why we start repeating each other. I think for me, I would want to tell the young people to do your research, find out what lane you want to be in,
Right.
And find out what lane that doesn't compromise or change who you are. And then I would also tell them, don't box yourself in, because you have to be able to adapt With topics, you have to be able to adapt to, be vulnerable and tell your truth. One of the things that I've realized, and on this show, is I've told more of my story and who I am to have people relate, so they can understand that I never would have done. I never would have told a lot of my past, a lot of things like that. But with the show, we're always trying to reach someone. We're always trying to inform someone. So you have to be able to be open and adapt and be able to sit in an uncomfortable position sometimes in order to get your message and your topic all the way put out there.
Right. Nice. Same question, Lamar. What you got?
Pretty much just have a vision, and then whatever vision you got, make a plan for it, and then just execute it. Be able to adjust, adapt. But just be yourself, because at the end of the day, don't try to conform to anything. Just be you. Somebody's gonna relate,
right?
Somebody's gonna feel what you got to say, and just speak your truth. I
got you.
Right. Can I say this though? Lamar actually is the brainchild behind the football podcast.
Yeah.
And
because I was high. And
I'm gonna tell you, he does a good job. He come in with the paper script written down and this and that, and I flow right to him. All right, man, cool. And my biggest thing is, that's his vision. But since I'm part of the team, I'm gonna push his vision.
Oh yeah.
And I think that's important.
Yeah, because I let him do the editing shit. That is not me.
This is not technology.
I am here for good looks and talking shit.
There you go.
I'm here for all the above.
I'm here to try to keep them under somewhat control.
Yeah, she's the quarterback.
She's the lion tamer. She like, all right, same question.
Okay.
Non-podcast related. What would you tell young Jermel that get him to be a better now Jermel?
Shouldn't have married that woman. I shouldn't have married that woman.
Wow.
Hey, I'm saying no.
It is what it is. I got you.
I would
move along. Somebody else answer the question. Move along. Go ahead, Lex.
I'll say, Lamar, you answer the question.
Because I can't get myself together.
I would tell young Lamar, leave that damn weed alone. Leave the girls alone.
That ain't happening. What the girls think might happen.
We need you to keep the weed, okay?
Yeah, we need the weed for the show.
No, I would tell my younger self is like, stop thinking you know everything. Like, it's okay to take advice. Just at any moment that you think you know everything, you don't. So it's okay to shut up and actually use your ears for listening, not talking. So
Right.
That's what I was at. Keep it short.
Alexis.
So many things I would tell young Alexis. No, I would tell young Alexis, stop second guessing yourself.
Okay. You getting philosophical in there.
And I would have to tell young Alexis that you're not going to be able to please everyone. So you got to focus on what makes you happy.
That's good.
Because it took me till 30 years old to figure out.
Hey, but you hear now.
You can't get me.
She said, "We here now." Shit.
Daddy, I have the same question for you, Daddy.
You asking me the question?
Yeah, look.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a guess. Not you. You are the most.
What would
I
tell the most seasoned? That's old as hell. Anyway,
I said seasoned.
What would I tell the younger Philip?
Almost like beef jerky fit.
Yeah, I know, right? I would tell myself that I can let some battles go.
Yeah, oh, that's good. That's real good, right?
Because I've gotten myself in trouble often for not letting it go. I'm right. I'm right. Oh no, I'm right. Nigga, I'll kill you. I'm right. I've taken it too far. Both military, socially. So I would try to get myself to understand that Yeah, I need to let some stuff. I ain't got to fight every battle till the last man stands. You know, I can back off on some stuff. That would be my biggest. What about you, sweetheart?
Oh. Leave them boys alone.
Right, mess with them.
Leave them boys alone. No, actually, funny. We were talking about this not too long ago. I wish I would have listened to you more.
I wish you'd have listened to me more.
Look, don't rub it in. All right, don't rub it. You ain't gotta rub it in. Look, I'm admitting it's like vinegar. It's stuck right here. Okay, you know. Yes, but no. On a very serious note, I do wish I would have listened to you on certain things. I probably. I'm not saying that I'm in a bad situation because I'm not. By far, I'm not. But I do think I could be further along in certain things, in certain aspects of my life.
If you had done what?
Really? She admitted it. Stop making her.
I ain't gonna say it again.
You're not gonna say it again?
I ain't gonna say it again.
I'll say it again. She wishes she would have listened to me more.
Hold on. Let me rephrase. I wish I would have listened to both of my parents more.
There you go.
Because
I can push the button again. Shit.
Oh, God. Because there's certain things that I didn't listen to my mom on. And I understand better now, being 33, than I did when I was like 16, 17, 18 years old.
Right.
So if I could go back to...
Join the club.
Yeah, if you could go back to...
If I could turn back time.
Really? You're going to hit the share? Really? You know that's
Look at
Mom's
Alexis.
favorite song. That's Mom's favorite song too, by the way. But yeah, that's what I would definitely, stop thinking, the boys love you and stuff like that. Because no. But no, actually listening to my parents on certain things for sure.
That was very articulate and very well put, sweetheart.
Right.
Did you look? And I'm only half drunk. You're only half drunk. Yes.
Next question. We're gonna move right along. We're gonna go collective. Well, we can't go collectively on this. We're gonna have to go individually.
Okay.
What is your biggest blooper, either on a podcast? It's got to be alive, or a YouTube video. Your biggest blooper on social media. I'll put it that way.
Oh, I know what mine's is because I do it on almost, and I did it on the show with you. Call the wrong name or not saying your name correctly at all.
She called me Paul.
Wow.
Jarrell's like, who the hell's Paul?
Don't know where
and then she
Paul
fixed
came
it.
from.
Right.
That's funny. Well, I don't do that because the script I sent, the outline I sent you guys, I got it right here with all three of you. The first, last day, I ain't making that mistake.
They will tell you, I will have it pulled up on my laptop and still screw it up.
What about you, Lamar?
Guess she gets heavy tongue.
I get heavy tongue and get super excited.
I do the same thing sometimes, but that's just because of my job. But
yeah.
Oh no!
What about you, Lamar? What you got? What's your biggest blooper?
There was one blooper where Jamel had caught me in the middle of just being silly, and he turned into a meme, and it went TikTok crazy.
Well, give me that kitty
Girl,
cat.
give me that kitty cat. But anyway,
that was hilarious.
going platinum.
Right. It's going diamond.
The actual blooper was a couple of weeks ago. We was on the show, and I literally saw a water bottle, and I'm trying to just almost drown my damn self. And so they were in the middle of conversation, and I just looked at the camera and just pointed. Like, I'm laughing.
I saw that on my peripheral, and I was like, Alexis, stay focused. Do not let your ADD kick in right now. Stay focused.
I mean, okay, so I'm afraid to admit that at 33, I still don't know how to swim. So I definitely felt like I was drowning.
Oh, wow.
I felt like I was drowning.
All right, Jamel, what you got?
I don't swim.
Well, I'm a city boy. I swim.
Well, that's you.
I'm a country girl, and my daddy's from the coast, and I still don't swim. So
Shit, I old school. Just threw me in the water. You had to learn how to swim.
That's because you were around with Jesus. You had no choice. You had to help baptize him in the wall.
Yeah.
Military, I had to learn.
Yeah,
what you got, Jamel? What you got, man? Biggest blooper.
Does he have any bloopers?
Here's my thing. a lot of times there's bloopers, but y'all don't know. I just let it flow on in. So I'm pretty good with improv. But
I can't think of a blooper.
But one of my things is though, I know I have a tendency to speak fast.
Okay.
And I'll be saying some things and I go back and listen. I was like, damn, that's not the word I was supposed to say. I be speaking so fast, I speak over the word.
Or you press the wrong button.
Or I press the wrong button sometimes. Sometimes I press the wrong button on the thing.
It's supposed to be a clip and it's some music.
But see, my thing is
he did have one.
Here's a crazy one. Here's a crazy
He forgot to hit the record button and he's just talking away.
I'm just talking away.
Like
oh yeah,
20 minutes into the show, we're like, sir,
start over.
I'll fix that in post.
That's awesome. All right, guys. Now, individually, if you were king or queen for a day, what would or could you do to improve things across the board? Now, that could mean either in your life, in the world, everywhere. If you were, what would you do if you were king for a day to fix things? Lamar, you go first.
Lamar, go first.
I would put white people through 400 years of slavery so they can see what the fuck this shit feel like.
All right. Alexis?
I knew it was going to be that OB for him. I didn't know which way he was going to go. I think for me,
they treat us different. I bet you that shit.
They probably would. For me, I would have to start. I would make it where I can start a way of building around all of the US, not just all over the world, period. A way of building a spot for the homeless and whatnot.
Oh, okay.
That way, once I'm not queen for the day, I can still go back and continue it.
Okay.
It will still affect and change.
Oh,
yeah, you know.
Interesting fact about that. Look at Utah. Utah started housing their homeless, and now they got the lowest homeless population.
Yep.
So it can be done.
Well, obviously, they got a home.
Shut up, nigga. Hey, nigga.
Well, I mean, Utah kind of got it right because we don't have a homeless problem. This came from George Clinton. I mean, not George Clinton. George Carlin. You don't have a homeless problem. We have a houseless problem.
Right.
People don't have nowhere to live. All right. Luther Vandross, a house is not a home. All right. You know what I'm saying? A home is a spirit. You know, the camaraderie.
Right.
A house is a structure. And there's a bunch of motherfuckers on the street that don't have structures.
Right.
And Utah kind of fixed that problem.
And that's the thing. Once you give those people a structure, they can go from there. They can find a way of finding jobs, getting their life together, you know, and give them
take a bath.
Yeah.
What is wrong with you?
You just need that door to open. Just
no, that wouldn't help jobs. It wouldn't help jobs, but it would help the population because you know clean people like to get nasty. You know, a bunch of clean homeless people, they make more homeless.
Looking to get nasty.
Don't touch that flag. Don't you touch the freaking
Good floor. Good floor. Good. Thank you.
All right. All right. Who's left, Jamel? If you were king for a day, sir, what would you do? Would or could you do to improve things across the board?
Look here, girl.
Oh God.
Your king is here. Holla at a nigga.
King shit.
No, but what I would probably do is I would probably deal with the children. I think that you know, like Whitney Houston said,
the
children are our future. And so I think that giving them if you look at our educational system, it sucks. I mean, even the way they teach, the way we teach in the United States is basically taking information, we regurgitate information. You're not really digesting or ingesting information. Right. You're
Absolutely.
Not getting it. I mean, then if you look at the philosophy of I think it's Aristotle, I get it mixed up, but I think it's Aristotle though, when he talks about, you know, actually taking information, looking at what's around and you know, and sucking that information in. We are the Socrates method where we just basically want to just everything, the scores, take tests, and no one's really getting the information. And I think that kids, if you look at when I was a kid, I have friends from all over the world, all kinds of nationalities.
How long ago?
By the time you got to middle school, that group got smaller. When you got to high school, it was just mostly black people that was around. You know what I'm saying? So somewhere in that structure, you lost something. And I think like you teach kids at a young age, about each other, because we didn't learn about each other. We were just kids. We just wanted to play. You know what I'm saying? But you really learn about each other's culture, learn who each other are. So then when people come to you with rhetoric and try to make the other person look like they're less than who they are, better because I know about Johnny. I know about Paul. I know about such and such. Yep. So I think that's what I would do.
I agree with you on that. I mean, I think back on the school thing. I think we should teach more skills than more social shit. You with me?
Right.
All right. Because history is written by the winner.
Right.
That's just the way it is. History is written by you go to war, history is written by the winner. The loser, they just wipe out their history and all that other stuff. Anyway, I'm talking about carpentry. Remember the freaking what do you call those schools?
Home economics.
Yeah, all the home ec stuff, but I can't.
Wood shop.
Yeah. Wood shop, electrician, computer skills. Teach the kids some skills. Auto shop. All this stuff, music, that's a little bit of culture, but if we would get back to teaching skills and make that the primary platform,
right?
And then you can throw in some freaking, some history and other shit. All right, because me being an adult now of over half a century old, there's a lot of things the things I've learned in school that were skill wise, I still use. You with me? I can count money. But I don't remember the last time I used my fucking calculus. When's the last time I used calculus?
What, the Pythagorean theorem?
You know what I'm saying?
When's the last time
English literature. When's the last time you had to discuss the iambic pentameter?
I used calculus when I was a machinist, though.
Oh, but see, I'm not a machinist, but I can count money.
You also know how to
10 plus 10 is 20 fucking bucks. You see what I'm saying? Those are skills.
But that's the difference. That's the difference. I think
our
generation, because I think I'm the youngest on the show. Because Jessica, you said you're 33, I'm 30. You're 35.
35. I can't remember. Don't be adding years to me. 33. Don't be adding years to me. I remember that. I'm like a fine wine, getting better with age.
There you go.
I mean, so you should be okay with being 35 since you're a fine wine.
Oh, then I'm a Scotch.
You're definitely a Scotch, Dad.
If he a wine, I'm a Scotch.
You ain't nothing but Scotch, Dad.
We all can agree on that one. Yeah. But what I was saying was that's the difference. Our generation, we got taught those trades. They started taking them away as we were graduating and things of that nature. Yeah. But because of those trades, now for me, because they say I have jobs like Jamaican, I've been able to do different stuff because I've already been trained in some of those skills. Where these age kids, if it ain't got nothing to do with social media and whatnot, they don't know how to do it. They don't know the essence of hard work.
So I think you should have balance, because I believe those skills do come in handy. Because I remember like learning how to sew, learning how to iron and stuff like that. Those things came in handy. So I still use those today.
I do too.
But at the same time,
you probably made your Air Moses skills.
But still, at the same time, I think that you still have to keep up. You have to keep up with the technology of today.
Yeah, I agree. But my point is, like all the the history, European history, Black history. I could learn that after the fact.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I can read that.
But it's also like it is comparing to where you stay at as well.
Well, I think,
and I'm gonna do a case in point on this one. With him being in the military, I grew up in military schools basically from 1st through 9th grade.
Okay,
that's it. And when I moved here, I legitimately relearned a lot of the things I learned in 6th through 8th grade.
Yep.
Wow. And I was the oh, you think you're smarter than everybody. I'm like, no, y'all just dumb as shit. I mean, it's just saying, like,
see, that brings up a point. That brings up a point.
But I'll
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Look, from kindergarten, by the time my father retired from the Air Force, and I was Army, by the way, but from kindergarten until 4th, 5th grade, I was in military schools. So my dad settles down on the south side of Chicago. So now I'm going to, shout out, William Rainey Harper High School, okay, on the south side of Chicago. And I'm sorry, even before I got high, I'm sorry, I went to Raster Grammar School. I'm in 4th grade. I had to dumb myself down.
Same.
Just to keep from getting my ass whooped.
Same.
You know what I'm saying?
Same.
I'm on the south side of Chicago. First of all, first day of school, my father drops me off. He goes to work, and I'm like, there's a whole lot of black people here. I'm a brother. I'm like, where? I'd never been around so many black people in my life. Right? Because I was straight military school.
That was similar for me as well when we came here.
I got that culture shock. And then, you know, first day or two of survival, because I'm like, yes, sir, yes, ma'am. And I'm around a bunch of kids on the south side of Chicago say, no, shut up. What?
Right.
And like, then we get into the lesson like day 2, day 3. I'm a new guy. They left me alone for the first 2 days. And I made the mistake. They were reading, I don't know, you know, the books with the big words, sentences of only like 5 or 6 freaking words and shit, you know?
Yeah.
And the teacher was picking people to read. Hell, I raised my hand and didn't know when to stop, so I read the page. You know? See Bob run, Bob's running. See Bob grab a joint, Bob smoked that joint. I read the whole page, right? But then right after that, oh, you think you smart. You think you better than us. You go through that shit, you know. These guys are struggling with freaking, you know, 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 2 is 2. I already learned the freaking multiplication tables. You know what I'm saying? They were calling it times. I got to learn my times. What the fuck is times? I already know that the freaking multiplication table is up to 9. You know what I'm saying? But I had to dumb myself down. I couldn't read as good out loud. Couldn't always be the first to answer the question. And so I feel your pain. Yeah. But why is it that different from a military school to inner city south side of Chicago? It's
structure. It's structure.
You know, that's not fair. That's not right.
Dad, do you remember my first day of school when I came back and I told you what happened?
Enlighten me, sweetheart. Not that I don't remember.
You don't remember that. It's okay. It's fine. You know, that was only 19 years ago, you know. But anyway. No, first day of school, I never saw pregnancy in school. I never saw,
really?
You know, people, and it was only until.
What grade were you in?
9th.
Pregnancy, 9th grade.
Right. I never saw it. Never saw it. Never saw, you know, people being disrespectful. I grew up in the thing of, oh, you want to act up, we're going to call your father or your father's commanding officer. So then, you know, we're going to get you straightened out. Yeah. I ain't never heard. And, you know, I'm just saying this because let it fly. You know, fuck you, bitch. And you ain't going to do this. I didn't hear that. And I'm like, whoa, you know, where did you bring me here? Like, this is different. And then my first day, I remember I had to go and like turn in a packet or something. Like, okay, hey, I'm the new girl. And a girl got hit upside the head with a crowbar. And I'm like, wait a minute. Yeah. Take me back. I remember coming home asking, can we please go back to Georgia?
Are you sure you didn't go to my high school? Because that sounds like going to high right there.
See, look, it's a shame that you can relate.
But it was when I legitimately said it was such a culture shock. As far as like when it came to even like education, the society of everything, of how, you know, everyone kind of grew up together versus, you know, I was in a system where, you know, you're only there for like a year or two and they moved and all this other stuff. I was fortunate because he never wanted to go anywhere else. But anyway, yeah, it's different. It was just really, really different as far as the educational system when it comes to things.
Jessica, the crowbar?
Hey.
That was wild that day. Like, it was wild. Like, she came up, la 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 la, boom, blood gushing and stuff, and I'm like,
yeah, this is not for me.
I think I called you up. Can you come get me? Like, can you come get me?
I'm like, Did she hit you? No. Well, you go to your next class.
I came home. I'm like, why are we here? I want to leave.
But man,
Yeah.
we're gonna hit the wrap up here. I appreciate you guys so much. Thanks for coming. Thanks for gracing my little podcast with your presence, guys. We need to do this more often.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, man, because I enjoy your company, and I really thank you for inviting me to yours. Obviously, I had to invite you to mine. Well, we're going to wrap it up, guys. Anyone that's listening, I want to thank you so much for coming to our BoP, Riddick's Book of Philosophy. I want you to remember, and all of their social media is going to be in the show notes. But make sure you guys swing by and see. You got to do it for me, guys. Make sure you guys go by and see
www.ioftenwonder19.com.
There you go, guys. Thanks for coming. We are out of here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Be safe. Be careful. If you hear somebody sneeze, run like a motherfucker. And I love you like cooked food. Peace.
All right, bro.